There's a strange thing that happens when you're drowning in anxiety. You start searching for the exit in your mind, and the more you search, the more lost you become. The battle against anxiety is rigged from the start, not because anxiety is too powerful, but because we're fighting the wrong war. We've been taught that mental health means gaining control over our minds, as if we could just flip an off switch. But there is no off switch. There never was. When we can't control our anxiety the way we think we should, it doesn't stop at feeling anxious anymore. We start feeling anxious about being anxious. We feel ashamed that we can't seem to get it together, like everyone else apparently can. The anxiety turns into proof of our inadequacy, and suddenly we're not just dealing with the original fear, but with the fear of having fear. And before we know it, we're caught in an infinite loop. But what if everything we've been taught about controlling anxiety is wrong? There's a line between what we can control and what we can't. Most people spend their lives on the wrong side of it, exhausting themselves over what's beyond control while missing what they actually can change. You can't control which thoughts appear in your consciousness. You can't decide what you feel. You can't command your nervous system to stand down. These things are not under control. They never have been. Your brain generates somewhere between 6,000 and 60,000 thoughts per day, and you don't choose a single one of them. You didn't choose to suddenly remember that embarrassing moment from 7th grade while you're trying to fall asleep. Your mind produces thoughts constantly, and most of them you don't even notice. The same goes for emotions. They are signals from your nervous system that interpret what's happening within and around you. When your brain senses a threat, it triggers a fear response. It all happens in seconds, long before conscious thought can step in. So, what can you control? You can control your attention, your behavior, and your relationship to your internal experience. These three things are within your control, and they're the only things that truly matter. So how do you actually live this? How do you move from understanding these ideas to embodying them in real life when you're in the grip of anxiety? It all starts with being honest about what's happening right now in your experience. Your attention is your most valuable resource, and anxiety tries to dominate it. But just because your mind offers a thought doesn't mean you have to follow it. You can notice anxiety without engaging it, acknowledge the prediction without believing it, and feel the pull of worry while choosing to place your attention elsewhere. You are not your thoughts. You're the one watching them appear. You might not be able to control feeling terrified, but you can control whether you keep going. You might not be able to control the panic that arises in crowded spaces, but you can control whether you avoid them for the rest of your life. Your actions are yours. Every time you act in alignment with what matters to you, despite feeling anxious, you prove something to yourself. You prove that you can function even when uncomfortable. The next time anxiety shows up, stop treating it like an emergency that needs to be fixed. Instead, get curious. What exactly are you feeling? Where is the anxiety in your body? Name it without trying to fix it. This simple act of turning toward your experience instead of away from it changes the game. You're no longer running from something chasing you. You're standing still and looking at what's actually here. When you notice your mind spiraling into anxious thought loops, you can gently guide your attention to something in the present moment, not to escape the anxiety, but to train your attention to be more flexible. You don't need to conquer your biggest fear tomorrow. Just pick one moment today where you act despite the anxiety, not after it goes away. You're not weak because your mind produces worried thoughts. Your brain is doing exactly what brains do. The question is not whether you'll feel anxious. The question is what you'll build with your life despite feeling anxious. Here's my question. What's one thing you've been avoiding that anxiety has convinced you is dangerous, but deep down, you know is just uncomfortable?